Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss femoral triangle. We will discuss its boundaries, contents, about femoral sheath, and then at last its clinical anatomy. Right. Okay. So as the name suggests, femoral triangle. Femoral. That means it has something to do with the femur. Femur is the bone of the thigh and femoral triangle is present in thigh. So as you can see on your screen, this is your femoral triangle, right? And this is your femur. This is your femur bone, your thigh bone. This is your pelvis, and femoral triangle is present on your upper one third of the thigh. It is basically a triangular depression, right? Coming to the boundaries of the femoral triangle, the medial border of the femoral triangle is formed by medial border of your adductor longus muscle. So this is your medial border. It is formed by medial border of adductor longus muscle. The lateral border of the femoral triangle is formed by medial border of sartorius. The apex of the femoral triangle is formed where medial border of the sartorius crosses with the medial border of your adductor longus muscle. So this is your apex, right? The base of the femoral triangle is formed by inguinal ligament. Inguinal ligament is basically a band which connects pubic tubercle. This is your pubic tubercle and this is your anterior superior iliac spine. So it is a band which is connecting pubic tubercle to your anterior superior iliac spine, right? Okay, so this is all about the boundaries. The floor of the femoral triangle is muscular. From lateral to medial, it is made by iliacus, tendon of psoas major, right? Pectineus and adductor longus muscle. Okay. Coming to its roof, the first layer is your skin, right? The first layer is made up of skin. Then we have superficial fascia, which contains superficial branches of femoral artery and accompanying veins, superficial inguinal lymph nodes, right? Superficial inguinal lymph nodes and cutaneous nerves, right? And then we have deep fascia, that is your deep fascia of the thigh, fascia lata. Let's talk about the contents of the femoral triangle, right? So this is your inguinal ligament in green, right? This is your pubic tubercle. This is your anterior superior iliac spine. This is your medial border of the femoral triangle formed by medial border of adductor longus. This is your lateral border of femoral triangle formed by lateral border of medial border of sartorius muscle. From moving medially to laterally, we can see the first content is your deep inguinal lymph nodes. Is that okay? Then we have femoral vein. The great saphenous vein is draining into femoral vein. So this is your terminal part of the great saphenous vein and it is giving its tributary to the femoral vein. Then we have femoral artery, right? Then we have femoral nerve, and most laterally we have lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. Okay, is that okay? Okay, now let's discuss the contents of the femoral triangle in little detail. So first is the femoral artery, right? The femoral artery transverses the femoral triangle from midpoint. This is the midpoint of the inguinal ligament and it is moving to the apex directly, you can see, right? It is transversing from the midpoint of the inguinal ligament to the apex, right? So femoral artery, okay, basically this is your heart, right? This is your descending thoracic aorta, and when it enters the abdomen, it becomes your abdominal aorta. The abdominal aorta give two branches, right common iliac and left common iliac. Let's say the right common iliac is dividing into external iliac and internal iliac. The external iliac, after crossing the inguinal ligament, becomes femoral artery. The femoral artery in the femoral triangle, let's say this is your femoral triangle, right? In femoral triangle, the femoral artery gives three superficial branches. Three superficial branches. So the first branch is your superficial epigastric. Then we have superficial external pudendal, and then we have superficial circumflex iliac. Is it okay? And it also gives two deep branches, that is profunda femoris artery and your deep external pudendal artery. So three superficial branches. Femoral artery is giving three superficial branches and two deep branches in the femoral triangle. The three superficial branches are your superficial circumflex iliac, superficial epigastric, and superficial external pudendal, and two deep branches, that is your profunda femoris and deep external pudendal. So profunda femoris is your largest deep branch of your femoral artery, and it gives rise to lateral and medial circumflex femoral artery. Is it okay? So this is your profunda femoris artery. This artery is a profunda femoris, and it gives two branches: lateral circumflex artery and one medial circumflex artery, which passes through backward. That's why it is not visible in this diagram. So this is your lateral circumflex femoral, and this is your profunda femoris. Okay. So next we have femoral vein, right? So femoral vein receives its tributaries from the great saphenous vein, that is GSV, and I think this is all about it. It is getting its tributary from your great saphenous vein, right? Coming to the femoral nerve, it lies laterally to the femoral artery, as you can see in this picture, right? This is present laterally to femoral artery at 2.5 centimeters below inguinal ligament. That is at here, at this point. This is 2.5 centimeters below the inguinal ligament. It divides into anterior division and posterior division, right? It is dividing into two parts, anterior division and posterior division. The anterior division gives two cutaneous branches, right? That is your intermediate cutaneous nerve of thigh and medial cutaneous nerve of thigh, right? The posterior division gives one cutaneous nerve, that is your saphenous nerve. So the femoral nerve gives two branches, right? Anterior division, this is your anterior division, this is your posterior division. The anterior branches gives two cutaneous branches and posterior division gives one cutaneous branch, that is your saphenous nerve, right? Okay. So coming, I think, and one thing more, there are two more contents of the femoral triangle apart from these main contents. We have femoral branch of the genitofemoral nerve. It is not visible in this diagram. Femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve, and we have fibrofatty tissue, right? So I think this is all about the contents of your femoral triangle. Let's revise: femoral artery and its branches, femoral vein and its tributaries, that is your great saphenous vein, femoral nerve, right, deep inguinal lymph nodes. Then we have lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh, which is present most laterally. then femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve, and at last fibrofatty tissue. Okay, let's discuss about the femoral sheath, right? So the green covering outside the femoral vessels is your femoral sheath, right? Femoral sheath is basically a fascia. You can imagine it as a stocking that is covering your femoral vessels and holding it in place, right? So it encloses your 3 to 4 centimeters of the femoral vessels. It is acting like a stocking, right? Basically like a stocking. Okay. So this is your femoral canal. Femoral canal is a medial compartment. In this diagram, you can see this is your femoral canal. It contains lymph node of Cloquet. The medial compartment of the femoral sheath is small and it is known as femoral canal, and it contains lymph node of Cloquet, right? This is your femoral vein, right? And this is your femoral artery. And we have femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve. The femoral nerve is not present in your femoral sheath. Coming to the compartments of the femoral sheath, we have lateral compartment, then we have a lateral septum, then we have intermediate compartment, and then we have medial septum, and then we have the femoral canal which contains your lymph node of Cloquet. So the lateral compartment consists of femoral artery and femoral branch of your genitofemoral nerve. The intermediate compartment consists of your femoral vein, and the medial compartment consists of your lymph node of Cloquet. That is also your femoral canal, and it is small. Okay. So I think this is all about the femoral sheath. Let's talk about the clinical correlations of a femoral triangle. So first is your femoral venopuncture. So what is venopuncture? Venopuncture is basically a process through which the doctors get intravenous access for the purpose of getting your venous blood sample. So it is useful when there is collapse of veins of all other parts of the body. And in that case, there are no superficial veins that can be aspirated. So they prefer femoral venopuncture, right? Then we have femoral hernia. So what is a hernia basically? Hernia is a condition in which an organ is displaced, right? An organ is displaced and it comes out through the wall of its cavity, right? So the organ gets displaced and it comes out through the wall of the cavity. So what is femoral hernia? Femoral hernia refers to a condition in which the part of your bowel, like your small intestine or your large intestine, comes into the femoral canal. What is femoral canal? Femoral canal is your medial compartment of the femoral sheath. I told you it is the medial compartment of the femoral sheath, which is the smaller compartment, right? And it is present under the inguinal ligament. The femoral hernia is present under the inguinal ligament. So you can see in this picture, here lies your inguinal ligament. This is your inguinal ligament, right? This is your pubic tubercle. This is your anterior superior iliac spine, and this is your medial border somewhere here. This is your medial border of adductor longus. This is your sartorius somewhere here, and this is your inguinal ligament. So here is your U-shaped femoral hernia. So you can see it is a kind of a lump. It is kind of a lump or a bulge in the area of your femoral triangle, right? Its treatment is only surgery. It requires surgical interventions, right? Its treatment is surgery. So what is the cause? Why it occurs? It can be due to any condition which increases the intra-abdominal pressure, right? So it can be due to any condition which increases its intra-abdominal pressure, right? So it can occur in your when a person is repeatedly forcefully coughing, right? First, or due to any straining force, right? It occur more in females. Why more in females? Because females have a wider pelvis, and as a result they have a wider femoral ring. I think I forgot to tell you about the femoral ring. Femoral ring is the outermost circle of the femoral canal, right? So this is your, let's say this is your femoral sheath. This is your funnel shaped femoral sheath. So this is this circle, this outermost circle. This circle is your femoral ring. So this is more wider in the females because they have more wider pelvis. So it occur more in females. Femoral hernia occur more in females. Okay, at last we have, what happens is that when there is heavy bleeding in the leg, it can be stopped by applying pressure to the points in the femoral triangle. Is that okay? I hope you guys understood everything. In case of any query, you can ask me in your comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.